Now, I'll be asking you, Bernard and team, the best road you've ever used, right? And then which of the potholes you've encountered has proven to be fatal in your life?
Because of the 150.
I want to look into that story this morning, and we'll go into that. But
if there's a road that needs that a lot of that money, is the Tor road. You know, in fact, you see, when you go to Tema and you use the Harbour Road, there's the I don't know what they call it, roundabout, but there's a roundabout that takes you to Tor. You will see a billboard there, one of which has the picture of Victor Osimhen. There is a diabolic pothole on the roundabout.
Lugubrious pothole.
That if you entered, and this is funny because Tema itself is where the large vehicles are. So this roundabout is Valco. I don't know if it's Valco roundabout or Tor roundabout, but it's like it takes you to Tor. All right, and then you cross a railway thing under. There's a huge pothole on the roundabout, and then when you are driving to the Tor Sky, for a road that has a lot of these large industrial complexes that produce big things, I really understand why. There was a day I was going to use a bank in that area. I was like, why is this road like this?
Horrifying.
I don't understand. So I don't know if the minister is the one who determines where the pothole money goes. But I think that the Harbour Road, the roundabout, the Valco or the Tor roundabout, and then the Tor route, the whole road is a pothole.
The road entire stretch is a pothole.
Entire thing.
Because if you want, there are more. You see this thing. A pothole is technically a proper road with a hole in it.
Yes, but now, the entire hole becomes
the Tor road is holes.
No, it is
patches of bitumen.
It's like dirt with patches of bitumen on it.
My goodness.
It's neither a road nor pothole.
Yeah, it's terrible. So I think that's one road that needs serious attention. The way that the pothole is on that roundabout, if you don't know the road well, and if you don't know the area well, and you are navigating, you could actually burst a tire.
Well, I mean, talking about that, I mean, over the weekend, the MPs had a workshop in Hull. To discuss the new standing orders adopted on the 2nd of January 2024, which is an improved version of what we had.
Oh, so the new standing orders?
Exactly. Okay. They're taking on board the decisions of the Supreme Court lady regarding voting in Parliament and all of that.
And they went to do it in Ho?
They went to do it in Ho, Volta Serene Hotel.
Okay.
But
on their way,
the road to Ho.
Which one did they use? You know there are two roads to Ho. They use Ogakope or they use Asikuma through Akosombo.
They Asikuma through Akosombo. Bernard, oh my word! Look, I mean, if they come back, I expect
which part? Because the road, I use that road. Okay, two things. I went to Pando, so I used up to Asikuma Junction and made a left. Recently, I went to Ho and came back through that road, through Anyirawasi Chito to Asikuma. It wasn't that bad.
No, Bernard, you can't say that it wasn't that bad. I've used that part, the road, for a long time, before I eventually left to the UK.
Oh, this guy.
Going back on that road, Bernard.
Were you there this weekend?
Yeah, this weekend.
Gentlemen, so
which particular part were you
spend
on?
a lot of time.
Yeah, but I just want to mention that,
please mention.
Then I will nearly claimed the life of the honourable member for Tempane.
Oh.
Yes, because look, the potholes.
Seriously,
I'm telling you.
I was he speedy?
No. I don't know about speeding.
Which part?
What I
do you
know
remember
about
this part?
Before you get to your
Asikuma Junction.
Yeah.
This is when you were going.
Yeah, we're going towards.
So you've done your Bong, you've gone through all those Pegusu and all those places.
Exactly, and then you've
passed the customs place. You are getting to Asikuma Junction.
Exactly. Big galleys on the road.
Wow.
If you swerve one, you're getting about 5 for free. And then Chalet flew and landed in what do you call it? The gutters by the road. Look, it was just God.
Serious?
That made it possible that she survived that accident. Look, when they come back, I would expect, respectfully, a statement on the floor of Parliament. Yeah. I would expect that there will be a follow-up. They should invite them.
Because MP... What are you saying?
No, I'm not talking...
Yeah, I went there 3 times. I've not filed a statement.
No.
It means that they've come really close to the situation.
Exactly.
And some
we have always been
be
saying that if you use the problem and you know the problem, you can do something about the problem. I am saying that...
You need to give me the exact location because I used that road and I didn't think it was that bad. Compared to other roads I've used.
Oh, Bernard, invite text messages from. Maybe you have.
I've seen.
Maybe you have become accustomed to the nature of the
because the last time I went to Ho from Joje.
Oh, that is another.
Yeah, so
that one there, quota is not on it.
You know, I went to.
It is quarter.
Yeah, that one is Sakura.
I was doing a project, so we went to Joje, and
Yeah.
we're now going to Ho.
Yeah.
And I made the fatal error of using the road that takes you through the Bego through to Avedakpa. Through Agotime.
I know that Avedakpa stretch.
That road was terrible. So
It's
if you
not good at
tell
all.
me that the main whole road through Esekuma is bad, then I'm saying, what's the last time you used it? Compared to the road that I'm talking about. What this MP were used is a very good road, very luxurious road.
So he must have been on some
of imagination. Well, you see, we have badder, and we have baddest.
this was better than bad.
You see, the Aplao to Howard, that one there's no road. Because you will see dust all over the place.
It's a cloud of dust all over the time.
Called jail emoji. So, but when you wear your white,
everything.
it's gone. You can't even get it back in white. But this one, you have patches of quota on it, or bitumen on it.
Yeah.
But you have gullies, potholes on it. And it is not good for us.
Let me ask you, which is worse? To have some bitumen and then there are potholes all over the place, or the road is not graded at all and it has potholes? Like which one is
When we're going to Pando, those two situations presented themselves. So on the eastern corridor that starts from Esekuma, when you are going through Peki to Peve, there are some very funny potholes, which if you don't know the road, you could get into big trouble. You could burst a tire. But when you pass, what do you call it, Peve, and you are now going to the Vakbo areas, you are going to Have, there are portions which are just dusty. And there was a period that we couldn't even see
ahead of
us because the car in front of us was speeding.
Was also speeding.
So what we had to do was to stop. For the car to go and the dust to settle. So it really depends on the pace of which you are driving, whether I know the road or not. But I just want to say that it would be nice for the ministry to tell us how they choose the potholes to patch. Because 150 million cedis, depending, if you were fixing a new road, that's a lot of money. But if you are just patching potholes, what does it really mean? Okay, when they say they are patching a pothole, for example, again, when I was coming from Ho the last time and I was using the Chito side, you will see young men, they will redemarcate the pothole. So they'll come and they'll draw some line on the pothole and then they'll put something in it.
Of that bitumen.
I'm not sure if I should be excited that government is fixing potholes. I'm not sure. Because what that reveals is the bad road that was originally done. Because Caleb asked the question, which is the best road you've used? I think one of the best roads that has stood the test of time for a long time has been the road from Peduase to Ayimensa to Pantine. If you look at that road is over 20 years old.
It's a very good road.
In fact, that road is as old as the road that takes you from Achimota to Nsawam. But that road, for some reason, has been resilient.
Well, it's also because
look at the
extent of traffic.
It was done by the Japanese.
No, I understand. That's good.
So
The
we should
Japanese
check.
are great.
Sometimes we should check and you can check the cost. Sometimes you should check which money was used to do the road, who supervised the road, and why that road has lasted so long. And now we've had roads that have been done less than 10 years, and you're having potholes to the extent that you get me. So
it's eating so deep to the
I'm
very
not
surface.
sure. I'm very excited that 150 million is being thrown at potholes because a lot of these pothole patching things they do in less than 2 years. That thing, in fact, driving on it is even no fun anymore. You know, so I'm not sure I should be excited that they are spending 150 million on pothole patching. Honestly,
You see, previously,
I'm not
what
sure.
we had was the public works department working properly, and in those days we're calling them Papa Odoblo. With all apologies, so they will come. They are the people who will go and do the proper patching. They identify where the problems are and they deal with it. These days, it's like that institution is virtually dead. Their head office appears to be taken over by the big buses that we use, Go4 buses and all of that. So it would seem that the routine patching of roads, identifying the problem in its early years and dealing with it, that thing is that's right. It's completely gone. So what happens is that the thing will get worse before you see some intervention. You will notice that here in Adabraka, the inner roads, the last few days they have been, refilling, patching them and all of that. We just hope that they are doing quality work. But you see, just quickly, let me play you something from, when I went.
play it through the system. Give it to me. Because I wanted to give you a point. So this guy, Benjamin Aklama, says I should tell you something. He says you are referring to the right road but the wrong part. He says he's sure you are referring to the place before Kpong. after Atimpoku towards Ho has been refurbished, sort of. The deadly part are before Atimpoku. He's right. So you see,
No.
I'm coming. When you are from Asuchuari, you get to Pong. Between Pong and the place where they sell the abolo at Atimpoku, the road is very, very bad. Before you get to the Adome Bridge.
No.
That's the part of the road that needs repair.
Bernard, you see,
Because the part you're referring to between the after Adome, and you are now going to you are now getting towards the customs place at
this is well after the customs place. You see, I think you guys have become so familiar with the road. I'm saying that long before I left today.
talking about the COVID barrier.
I had
a little
used
patch in
that
it.
road consistently.
Right.
I've not used it for the past 5 years or so. You understand? So I know the difference. I use a big car, and I could feel the problems.
Even that,
the
it gets
things we
shaking.
needed to swerve in order to.
But do you remember how does that compare to the Pong to Atimpoku side? You know, when you get to Pong Junction, there's a left hand that takes you to Odumase. And all the way to Atimpoku where they post the abolo. How was that side of the road?
I would say that maybe comparatively,
It was very bad.
very bad.
In fact, there was traffic. Indeed, the last time there was traffic when you are from Adomin to Atimpoku because there was some huge pothole that you can't even navigate.
That's
where the people stopped to sell the abolo, and I thought
No
that was
matter what you do, you
actually,
fall inside.
and that's the runabout that has the Asamanese photo.
Yes,
Asamanese,
yes.
where it takes to Akosombo. Very, very bad patches. So maybe because you guys were driving slowly at that side, because you guys were driving slowly from Pond to Atimpoku, you didn't feel that it was a bad road because you were all moving slowly. If you are driving and there isn't traffic, you realize it's a very, very bad road.
It's horrible.
Probably even worse than the one you're talking about.
So we have this insert audio. It's a video of the youth in the area very upset, demanding that the potholes and in fact the entire stretch is fixed because I mean, like you were explaining, the member of parliament for Timpani, I mean, she was saved by the bell. I don't know how.
Let's hear him out.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll get that. In the meantime, we also want to say that we are trying to crowdsource. We are trying to crowdsource the top 10 roads that need pothole patching.
Yeah.
And by the powers vested in me as the host of the show, I've already chosen one, which is I don't know, it's called Tor Runabout or Baku Runabout. Tell my people, please help me. The runabout that takes you to Tor, that one, that whole road needs pothole patching. So that runabout in the Tor road need patching, but that's number one. We need a list of 10 roads to send to the new minister. He's a new minister, so he'll listen. I got a nomination from my friend Akola. He says, Bernard, the Winongo to Bogatanga road requires urgent attention.
Okay, Winongo to Bogatanga.
He says, Bernard, you will cry.
Bernard.
Winongo to Bogatanga, you will cry. Now, that's from Akola. Then Kansuk. My friend Kansuk says, there's also a road called Bunkurugu Road.
Bunkurugu.
It sounds like potholes. Bunkurugu. So Kansuk says we should we should add the Bunkurugu. Because the road within
Now you are going. So as you are driving on it, you have a spare lower arm and shock absorber in the car.
So we are adding
Crazy.
1 kilometer, 1 lower.
Now that's number 2. So we don't go to Boga is number 2. Bunkurugu is number 3. This is my list though. Then this one is from Fitzaya. He says, I just got back from Oti this dawn. A pothole made my car's airbag come out.
Hey, my God.
That's a serious one.
I didn't hit anything.
No, that's a serious
It's just the pothole. Is that my...
No, after tech and social media trends, we'll bring you more of these. So we'll be bringing you tech and social media trends, and then we'll be bringing you details of the deadly potholes and the roads we believe that need urgent attention.
Is the audio from Sky ready? I thought
Yes,
you'd
it
hear
is.
it quickly, just for 2 minutes for us to hear
Okay, cool.
what happened to his MP.
Oh, this is just.
Or the people on the road.
There are people on the road.
So you stopped to interview them.
No, just to capture them briefly because we're moving. So I needed to take 30 seconds.
It means you were part of the
Convoy.
I mean, the
Part of
the government.
I was going as a reporter.
Hey,
So where's our story?
Oh, the story is there. That's what you are about, Eric.
Okay, let's listen to the story.
The road and let it like that. So me and I must why? Oh, it's very bad.
So wait,
Sky, the report.
this is
that is the report. So this cap.
A journalist of your reputation.
Oh yeah.
Is this what you found for Vivian to use?
I think you must declare.
The video to them.
Wait, you mean this is the report you brought?
No, this is the report. You almost always invite me to speak with some reasonable authority on what happens in Parliament.
Precisely.
And when Parliament, under the rules of what governs what they do, go to sit and review their standing orders. It is just only fair that a man of your standing go there and listen.
When you go as a reporter, as a consultant.
That is the question. You go explain
I went there as a journalist, as a friend of Parliament, as a lawyer, to go and listen.
So I have two assignments for you. One, I want you before end of February to do a report on the new standing orders.
Okay.
And then also do a training for the newsroom. since you went there lugubriously without my knowledge.
Very well.
I want a radio report on the new standing orders before February ends.
This guy.
And I want a training for the newsroom team before February ends. And me and Vivian have already discussed it.
We're coming back to roads, and we are asking you where the best roads you've ever used can be found.
No, you are changing the order of the question.
Is the most deadliest.
The question,
deadliest.
Caleb, the question for the morning is that 150 million CDs has been earmarked for road pothole patching.
Yes.
And we know all potholes cannot be patched. So we want which potholes require urgent attention.
Cool.
Then later on, we're also saying that potholes are a consequence of poorly done roads.
Yes.
So which road has been done for the past 20 years that
has stood the test of time?
Which we need to give the contractor more roads to do. Do you understand my point? Yeah. So if you know the road and the contractor, let us know. So the question for the morning is about the pothole and which pothole needs attention.
Where the money should go.
Exactly. Okay. Then when we finish, we can now look at the best down roads, and then we will know. Let me read a few.
Okay, sure.
Michael H. says, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Academic city roads require urgent attention. So that's his message. Adam says, Bernard,
yes,
the traffic light at TT Brothers Junction.
Yeah, that pothole
when
is
you
like
are,
a crate.
When you are headed to Cone Barrier, is horrendous.
My goodness.
This needs to be fixed. Let me read it again. The traffic light at TT Brothers Junction, when you are headed to Cone Barrier, is horrendous. That needs to be fixed. And what it does is it causes a lot of traffic.
It does.
So I agree with Adam on this one. This one is also from my friend Paro. He says the pothole at the TT Brothers traffic light on the way to Cone, close to the free zones entrance, is really, really bad. I think that's the second one. This road from Koforidua to Sesewa has virtually been abandoned.
Okay.
Potholes on the road from Dodowa through Somanya and Odumasi to Pong are deeper than boreholes. You know, I told you I made this mistake last when I... I don't know what demon spoke to me that day. That said, let me use... I was on my way back home. I went to the Volta region. I said, let me just... Instead of using the Afienya road, let me turn right at... there was this turn at Asuchari.
Yeah.
That will take me to Somanya. Hey! Caleb! Oh, my Lord and my God.
That's so
By the time I got to Dodowa Adenta, it was... no. So this one is from A.A. Asari. It says, Bernard, the road from Koforidua to Asesewa and the road from Dodowa through Somanya and Edumase to Pong are very, very bad. They require urgent attention. Another one coming in, the worst road in the whole Ghana. That needs fixing.
Tell me.
It's from Apremdo to Agonan Kwanta in the western region. Nothing has been done on this road for the past 25 years. Big trucks transport timber and minerals on this road. Lots of natural resources are transported on this road, but it's in a very bad state.
That road needs to catch up.
Very, very important.
Catch up.
For Takrady, there is a pothole at Nkrofo Junction.
Yeah.
Just at the Takwa bypass.
Okay.
So we need and so they
were fixing that road. I don't know how far with that.
It resembles your eyes.
Yeah, man. Nathan, there are more from the WhatsApp platform.
Dixon in Katamanso says a pothole is defined by the car you drive.
Okay.
Thank you.
What a V8 would define as a pothole is what is known as a pothole. What Sky is saying is very true. The road from Anyuase, or is it
Anyinawase
to Ho has a lot of potholes.
So there's a roundabout when you're coming from Ho towards Tito. Anyinawase, part of it will take you to Kwebe, part of it will take you back to Asikuma.
Yeah.
That's the place.
This one says they are trying to patch the potholes, so there has been some level of cuttings to enable for the patching. That's what you think. Richard is right. After the Seps Road is deadly. I encountered a bad experience on that stretch. Okanse sent that. This one says Della is right. That road needs reconstruction.
Okay.
The frequent patches on the road have not helped. Let us advocate for a lasting solution. That is a major road. Being part of the Eastern Corridor Road must be accorded the necessary attention.
Okay.
This one says the Atomic Junction roundabout is a notorious pothole infested road.
Already?
Yes.
Already?
No,
That was done recently.
no. You see, the Atomic Junction roundabout, there's part which is, and it's funny, these are things I don't even need to wait. You know, what worries me is like some of these things we wait. When you get to Presec to Atomic Junction to. I mean, it's a small portion, but the pothole can cause so much traffic.
The same thing at the old Peace FM on the Achimota.
Old
Peace FM.
And when it rains, floods.
Peace FM.
It's almost
crazy.
The funny thing,
Mile 7.
the old
Seven.
Peace FM runabout
Yes.
is a spitting image of the Atomic Junction one. So it's the same pothole.
Same thing.
It's like they built it and they allowed the pothole to
I don't
develop
know,
after 10
but I don't
years.
know whether it was
seen
wrong
the atomic
material
one.
mix,
I've seen the
engineering
atomic
that
one.
went wrong,
Yeah.
or just a confluence of maybe the elements. It seems it's just so
You know,
bad.
usually during runabouts, they use pavement so
See,
that when
what
the
we've learned
know
from
that-
some of the new contractors is that because of the frequency of use and the angle of impact, using normal bitumen for runabout is not the best. So you notice that a lot of the roads that are being done, they now use, if Oswald does a road, for example, he will now use pavement blocks
for
because
the roundabout
they can withstand the attrition.
Yes.
So the Valco or the Tor runabout that I spoke about is similar, something from a similar problem. So the road becomes folded.
It does.
That's the thing. That's the word I was looking for. It becomes very folded.
So maybe the ministry should come up with a new standard for runabout to insist on the pavement blocks.
Yes.
Because the pavement blocks actually can withstand the heavy duty trucks.
Yeah.
There's more Nathan.
Yes, let's go through more of the messages. It's Bernard. It's called the Valco roundabout.
Okay.
Because Valco rehabbed it and it was named after them.
Okay.
It used to be called the GTP roundabout before Valco took over. It says the pothole is no more a pothole. It's a manhole now.
Yeah. So it's called the Valco roundabout.
Yes, Papa Lincoln sent
In
that.
fact, that road takes you to GTP and some of those places.
Okay, so more people confirming the name.
Valco roundabout.
Yes, this one says the road from Anyawase to Sokode
Sokode.
is completely terrifying. Potholes for more than 20 kilometers, and you can drive at 40 kilometers per hour in terms of the speed. I was there
Anyawase
2
to
weeks
Sokode.
ago for
Wow.
a funeral. This one says the roundabout just after the Valco roundabout, which is the Rana Motors roundabout, has started looking like the Valco roundabout. Charlie.
So the second one too.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
This one says the road from Apedra Junction through to
Apedra.
Kumasi. Bernard, that road, not potholes, it's valleys in Kwan.
Wow.
But
Rosemary
I thought
from
the Accra Kumasi road was being dualized.
Yeah. Some interchanges.
So I don't know why. Go back to that message from Rosemary.
Says
Apedra Junction too.
That's too long. Because Apedra Junction to Kumasi, you are talking about
It's a whole highway.
Because Apedra is just after Suhumu.
Yes.
So you are talking all the way to Etiwa to is the road that bad?
And they are dualizing it, and I think the intersections to the interchange that they are building, Osino, that area will
Has caused some problems.
will get
All
one.
right,
So
more comments.
All right, this one says, don't forget the road from Tema to Akosombo. It stood the test of time. It was constructed by WF.
No, that road doesn't stood the test of time. When you
I was wondering which one I was
when
reading
you get
about.
to, there are many parts of that road that's not good. When you get to from Tema all the way to Rashama and about
Ashama roundabout
all the
is
way
a
through
chaotic scene on its own.
all the way through to what do you call it? The Gulf City, Afariwa 22 is very bad. Afienya portions of Afienya are not good. Michelle Camp not necessarily the best. In fact, when you get to where the baboons are they monkeys or baboons? There are some monkeys there.
Baboons and monkeys, sir.
There's a part of that road that if you're driving at night and you don't know the road can throw you
I'll
off.
throw you off, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't agree with this message.
Okay.
That's a good road.
I think
Alright,
so.
this-
For the urban parts that you've seen a lot of people live around, there's a congestion of population and all of that, the roads have deteriorated. But as you move away from the Shai or Sudoku there, about that road actually makes for scenic drives.
All right, this one says the road from Japan, to Asikuma is really bad. It's very bad. I used it yesterday. You fall in potholes and gullies on that road. Man of from Aoshi.
And there's a lot of traffic in Japan. When you are coming back, that road should be expanded. Too many people trying to cross, trucks misbehaving. It's just annoying, honestly.
Okay.
But there's one here from Achimota. It says the Achimota Zoom Park Road around the DVLA is a pain. I went driving there the other time, and when you move forward, the car goes backwards because of the potholes.
All right, Ahmed Nasir Yate is on the line.
Yes.
Let's ask him what the 150 million is going to go, and whether this is just the first batch or more. Let me start, and then Caleb will continue.
Yes.
Ahmed, you're a busy man. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Bernard. This our work counts with a lot of. That's how it goes. So.
Has the new minister started work already? Since he's already a cabinet minister, has he moved to the ministry?
Yeah. The good news is that last week Friday, our wafa and the man your station has nicknamed the terminated his duties at the Ministry of Roads and Highways. He formally introduced the incoming minister, Honorable Asenso Boache, to management of the ministry, and also they signed handing over notes in a brief ceremony. So I can confirm that as we speak, Honorable Asenso Boache has formally taken over as the new Minister for Roads and Highways.
Has Asensu spoken to the team? What has he told you what he wants to do? What is his focus? And is this 150 million something he brought, or it was there before he came?
Then please tell me this. Let this talk pass me. But what I can say is that Asensu has come in with new vigor.
Okay.
My former boss was full of energy. My new boss is a young man, also full of energy, and he has hit the ground running. In fact, on Friday, we all thought he was just coming for the handing over ceremony and he will leave. But immediately we were done with that, he said he wants to have a management meeting with us. So we went into a long management meeting, telling us his plans for the ministry and some of the things that he wants us to be focusing on. I don't think as now I have the right to put those things out.
No problem.
I believe it's at the very formative stages yet, and at the appropriate time.
You talk about fair enough, but the 150 million for pothole patching, what's the idea? Are you patching all potholes in Ghana? If you are not, how you select which potholes to patch and which ones to leave?
Well, it's across the country. We are going to make sure. Bernard, somewhere last year during the rainy season, very heavy rainy season, each time we spoke, I told you that we are challenged because we see the problems on the road. Potholes are developing, but there's little we could do because rain doesn't do well with water, and we cannot go in and patch potholes with bitumen. It will fail. And so we plan routine maintenance during the dry season. And so now that we have the dry season, the whole idea is to move in and cover across the country as much as we can stretches that have gone bad due to the rain, patch all before the next rainy season kicks in.
But will 150 million be enough? Because even this morning, I've asked people to send me pothole-riddled roads, and the number of roads I'm getting, I mean, it is so serious that I don't know if this is meant to be like the main solution to the pothole thing, or this is the first tranche, and that every quarter you release another tranche for pothole patching. Can you give me some hope there?
So as we mentioned in the release, this is part of our first quarter release that is devoted to pothole this exercise. So, and when we receive the second quarter release, we'll assess this first phase of the exercise and see what is left. If we need to put in more money, I'm sure the management of the ministry will take that decision and will communicate it. The most important thing is that we've identified that some parts of our trunk roads have developed potholes. Citizens have spoken about it, and the ministry is putting in some intervention to address this challenge.
Nasser, this is Caleb now. So is the ministry going to publish a list of affected roads that will be patched, and what dates will be attached to it so we get to know?
Perhaps what we'll do is to keep a data, because this is a ministry that we keep accurate records. So we'll keep a data of areas that we are patching, and we'll publish that. That I can assure you.
What is happening is that this exercise is being undertaken by the Ghana Highways Authority and the urban roads, because we are looking at our trunk roads and our inner city roads, so urban roads and highways authority. Regional maintenance directors from these two agencies are under instructions to identify, first and foremost, identify areas within the region and then focus on those areas. So as we identify, we move in and we work on it. And so as I speak to you now, I cannot say these are the areas that we are going to work on, but the regional directors are under strict instructions. Go all out, identify stretches that are bad, and let's move in and fix them. So then how did you arrive at the 150 million then? If you aren't you working the other way around? Because you're supposed to have a list of roads prioritized by the regional maintenance officers. Then we estimate the cost and then we allocate the 150. But now if I look at the 150 and asking the regional people to go and look for the roads, what's that?
Because Bernard, you agree with me that the quantum of money we need to work within the road sector, I can say it's not what we get. You can only work with what you get. So if funds is released to you, you allocate. You see the activities that you have to undertake, and then you allocate. So you allocate some for paying contractors who are constructing new roads or rehabilitating roads. You allocate some for personal repairs. You allocate some to feeder roads, and also you allocate some for maintenance. And so that is what you do, because that is what you have to work with. And so once that allocation is made, then the technical people will work to fit in, because you cannot go outside the sum allotted to the ministry. You cannot go outside that. So you look at the money allocated, and then you go out and see what you can do with the money.
So when are we starting work? When can we expect to see work start?
We've started. In fact, somewhere last year during the rainy season, you agree with me that from Carnation to Malam stretch was very bad. So they drive there and see the condition of that road, that stretch of road.
But this allocation is for the first quarter of this year. So we are talking about this particular release.
Yes, this particular release, some will go to pay for that work that was done. If you go last week, we were working somewhere. If you go to on the Accra Kumasi Highway from Apedra to Nkoko, very bad session. We're working on that session last week. If you go to Osu, if you go to Bank of Ghana, if you go to Bogosu, Prestia, we are working all these places. So,
but Ahmed, I want to reiterate the point I made that look, we are in 2024. We need to have a list in the newspapers, Ghanaian Times. How much will it cost you to put out the list of roads that have to be patched? You see, this is for social accountability, so the public can know for a matter of record. Because if you tell Ghanaians that you've allocated 150 million for road pothole patching, right, and then you say, oh, we are doing this, what if you didn't even spend all the 150? How will we know? Okay, and this is not, for me, Bernard Avile, it's actually good governance. Because if you tell people who are so interested, a whole radio station has dedicated 2 hours to talk about roads. Imagine if you gave the Ghanaian Times 4 pages of adverts by listing the roads, listing the contractor, listing the nature of the work to be done, then we can all police it. But if you just announce 150 million, I mean, we can't clap for you because we don't even know if you've done it. You know, because like you are setting your own question and answering it. If you say I'll give 150 million, we don't know if you give 50, you give 20. Yeah. We don't know who's doing what. We can't check. I mean, that's not how you do it. So, and I'm not blaming you, Ahmed. I'm just saying that we've gotten to a point where these things must be done in a way that the public, because people are listening and sending in lists of roads. If you tell somebody that you are fixing a pothole at the Valco roundabout, he will go and check. Yeah. If the guy is doing a shoddy job, he'll take a picture and send it to you. They will improve. But the engineers and highway should not behave as if they are an island unto themselves, that they decide what they are doing and they will just tell us they are spending 150 million. What if we say we don't believe it? What's the proof that you've done it?
Bernard, public accountability is very important. And that is why we always speak to you and in a way provide information to the good people of Ghana. But you understand me that that is why we have checks and balances. Money is allocated to the ministry. They are, at a period in time, auditors will come around to also check the books to see whether we did what we did with the money. Because every year the ministry submits plans to the Ministry of Finance, and based on our plans, allocations are made. And we are supposed to work according to that. So that's another form of check and balance. That is not to say that I don't agree with you that we should come out with information and guide the public. No.
Good.
That is not to say I don't agree with you.
We are also doing something good this morning. We are asking people to tell us which roads have stood the test of time since they were done. I'm very sure the ministry should be interested in the results of that, because I think the objective would be to do roads that don't really deteriorate based on the high quality, right? And there are some lists of roads coming up which for 20 years, people say they haven't had any major need for even refurbishment. I don't know if the ministry itself has a ranking of roads, whether you have a way you grade contractors on the basis of quality of work done. Again, if you do that, it will be good for us to know, to list the contractors who have delivered on time, within budget, and up to quality. It will be a useful piece of information for public discourse as well, so we don't put all contractors in the same box, that, these contractors are bad. You are talking about local contractors who are doing well. Again, if there's a ranking from the ministry on the way their roads are done, we'll be happy for you to share with the public so we can all police the system. So that's just a suggestion for you.
Well, let me just say something about it. One exercise that was undertaken, that was a major priority for Honorable Kwesi Amapata, and was the reclassification of all contractors. When he started that, people were annoyed and very angry, but it was to achieve this purpose. So, because hitherto, anybody with wheelbarrow and as we always say, from wheelbarrow and two shovels, call himself a contractor. But now all contractors have been properly reclassified according to your expertise, according to the machines or equipment you have, according to your track record, the roads that you built before, and you have reclassified A1, B1, A2, B2. We have 4 different classifications. And so I can assure you that this is an exercise that the ministry has undertaken, and as I speak to you, we know the first class. That is why we can say that we've been able to build capacity of over 25 local contractors that we can say today they are first-class contractors based on their track records and the kind of roads that they've built over the years. So we have those records within the ministry. But Bernard, it's not everything that we will put out like an open book. It's like everything we do in the ministry has to be out there. I believe as and when we need to put information out, we will do that. But reclassification is something that we've done, and it's even ongoing. In fact, if you are a contractor in Ghana, as I speak to you today, if you are a contractor in Ghana and you've not been reclassified, you cannot win any road contract in Ghana. So if you have the old certificate and you don't go through the reclassification exercise, you are out of the road sector. And that is what is happening at the Ministry of Road as I speak to you.
Just a quick question around runabouts and the way they are. So a number of people have sent comments about Atomic Junction runabout, Old P7 runabout, and a lot of these runabouts seem to have potholes that have been abandoned. Is there a standard for doing runabouts where you need like these pavement blocks, or some people call it PBB, polymer-based bitumen or something? Because it looks like these Valco runabouts and these runabouts, when big trucks use it or frequency of use, leads them to get a lot of deterioration quite easily. Is there any standard we should know about how runabouts should be managed?
Not only the runabout, the intersections also, because normally, Bernard, the more cars slow down and brake and move, that friction brings about what we always see at intersections and runabouts. Is because of the continuous brake and move. And so what we constantly do over there is to undertake the maintenance. Once the place goes bad, we need to come and then if it's patching or sectional repair, or you do another overlay on it so that the people continue to use the road. So that is what we'll always do to such areas. Yes.
All right.
If the area is a waterlogged area, then a different treatment will be given to it, where maybe pavement blocks and things are introduced to such areas.
Very well. Thank you for talking to us. Ahmed Nasser Yate is the public relations officer for the Ministry of Roads and Highways. So Bernard, he says the monies are not only going to some work has been done already, so payment is going to be made for some of
new
those
roads.
Yes, and then he's unable to provide us a list of some of the most affected roads. Now the regional directors have been taxed now to compile list of roads that
regional maintenance officers will now recommend which of the roads require.
But these regional maintenance officers are in the regions, and their line of work is with roads already. So I would have thought that they probably would have had on their own some skill.
The other thing we didn't even get was the percentage allocation of the money for already done roads which are paying contractors. Yeah. And then yet to be done roads. You get it? I didn't get that information for my questioning. But there are lots of comments on this. Lots and lots of comments.
So many. Let's go back to some of the roads. This one says all the Rawlins roads are of top-notch quality. The Tema Harbour roads of over 40 years are still in operation despite the heavy trucks.
The Harbour road is not in a good state, though. Yeah, I use the Harbour Road regularly. It's not that good. The Harbour Road is not that general. Like, there are some things beyond the road, so I don't know what you're saying. Unless you're saying 40 years there is cool. But for me, what I see, I don't think it's a good road.
You know the film. Bernard, the road between Nyawasi and Sokode.
Sokode,
okay.
That's been mentioned.
Yes, this one says the road Media Junction to Ajin Kotoku is terrible.
But they are fixing that road, aren't they? Isn't it part of the new roads they are doing? That's on the
Winneba.
No. The Pokwasi
because it says
Ajin Kotoku to is
Ajin Kotoku, the Onion Market. Yes, it's some around Amasaman area.
Onion Market is what took my mind to the.
There's another one in the central region.
Onion Market.
All right, this one says the road between Nkwanta and Pasa in the OT region has deep gullies and valleys in the middle.
How can I have a valley in the road? Come on.
Nesta from Lashibi. Bernard, the traffic light at Citi Brothers Junction when you're heading to Kumbaria is horrendous. That needs to be fixed. Jesse from ARS.
That comment has come from a lot of people. A lot of people have been commenting on that road.
This one says if you want to see the worst road in the whole of West Africa,
superlatives,
come to Wrong Somanya stretch. Bernard, was that not where you?
My brother, that mistake I made is terrible. Bon Somanya.
Yeah.
And the road was started only in 2016.
Yes. Yeah. After 8 years, it's gone bad. Terrible. Godwin Kwame Nuchi. This one says, I believe Golokwati through Hohoi to the OT region. It says one of the baddest roads.
David.
Is there anything like baddest?
No, clearly not.
It's west.
Bad west and west.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this one is horrible.
Yeah. So
Oyarefa special ice water U-turn to Rehoboth Hills Estate. You didn't tell us. I don't know whether you're just mentioning.
No, it's not good. That one you don't have to.
It's bad.
And then the pure water, those areas.
Slow. Ask anyone who has driven from Techiman to Wa, and they'll tell you there is no road after Wenchi heading to Wa.
Wow.
The road from 3 Junction to Akramaman Amasaman, and the newly constructed road from 3 Junction to Obom needs reconstruction. The 3 Junction parts deteriorated after 6 months of construction. If I have power and authority, Clement Wilkinson, the MCE, the municipal engineer and others involved will refund the cost involved.
No, but what has it done?
Dorsey from Afienya.
The question is whether this road was done as a municipal road or whether it was done by highways or by the ministry, whatever. We need to find out before we.
Yes, this one says the worst road in the whole of Ghana that needs fixing is from Apremdu to Agunang Kwanta in the western region. Nothing has been done on this road for over 25 years. Big trucks transport timber and minerals on this road. Okay, Stephen from Pantan says from the Pantan Junction, the Puma filling station to Bola Junction is very bad.
I need to say something
But
about
that
this
was
road.
done recently.
So there's it's funny. The Ga East Municipal Assembly
Yes.
is next to Platinum Bay Hotel. And Platinum Bay Hotel is a hotel we go to.
Yes, very good.
We go there for our management programs.
Yeah.
There are 2 ways of going there. In fact, there are 3 ways of going there. You could use the Old Ashoman route, which would then take you to Boy, and then you turn left into that road. So that's route number 1. Route number 2 is Pantan Junction, where you drive to Bola Junction, which is in a very bad state. Route number 3, you could get to Abokobi Junction, make a left and drive through the Abokobi town.
Abokobi is deadly.
It's very bad. So meanwhile, the what do you call it?
The municipal assembly.
Municipal assembly
It's right there.
is next to the hotel. It's not too far off, And I don't really know what the people of
But that's right there, Ga East.
Ga East, So all the 3 routes to the place. When you use the Ashoman one,
It's not-
Ablaje to
None is better.
it's not that good,
None
right?
is better.
Then you use the Abokobi one, it's so bad, and then the Pantan one as well. It's really, really bad. So I think that the Ga East Assembly should do some lobbying and get some proper roads done in that
Alrighty.
area.
All right, this one says, in fact, the Techimanwa Road is the worst road in Ghana now. So many life-threatening manholes on a very dark road. Now, do you know it takes about 10 hours to travel from Techiman to Wa because of these potholes? Ideally, you should not spend more than 6 hours from Techiman to Wa. The last time I used that stretch, our bus burst a tire twice before we got to Wa. A rim from Santasi in Kumasi.
Techiman to Wa, it means you use Fufusu Sola.
That's serious.
Because you use Techiman, you get to Sola,
serious.
and you make a left and you go to Fufusu.
Then
You pass through Damango, and then you get to Bole, and then you go to Wa.
Right.
So that's a long.
It's a
10
very
hours.
long one.
This was I traveled from Accra to Sancho Kofi. It took me 3 hours.
Hold on, before that, Rosemary from Sam is talking about the Adaisu to Asmankesi Road.
Yes, in Saram to Ades or Samankesi Road.
But that road, I don't know. I think 2016, we used that road when we were going to.
Caravan.
No, we were going to. What do you call it?
Eastern-
Akwetia.
Okay.
I think we used that road.
For the election?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's an alternative route. As Mankesi Adesu in Samum Road. That road is a good road. They should do it. As it is an important road.
It's critical.
It shouldn't leave it like that. This
All
one
right,
is from where?
Accra to Sancho Kofi. Person says it took them 3 hours. From Accra to Golokwati. From Golokwati to Hohoi should normally take me 15 minutes. But the road is so bad that drivers use an alternative route through Hodome. Fodome. Now, this Fodome to Hohoi road was constructed in 2016 by Peter Meu. And the road is so bad that the maximum speed I could use was 5 km per hour. And this took me about 30 minutes.
You were crawling.
Instead of the usual 7. Now, Bernard, the worst part is from Hohoi to Sancho Kofi. This road was abandoned by Ameu when the South communities were decoupled from the Hohoi North constituency. It's a 5-minute drive, and it was a 5-minute drive. It was supposed to be a 5-minute drive. Now it would take you 30 minutes, and after you arrive there, you will never notice the original color of your car. When I returned to Accra, I spent 3,000 cedis repairing my car.
You know why I believe him? Last week I spoke to our voter regional correspondent. He said,
Yes.
apart from the Hohwe town roads,
Yeah.
every road leading to
Leading
Hohwe
to-
is in a terrible state.
Whoa.
So Asenso has a lot of work to do. I think he needs to do a tour, and he needs to, based on even what he sees with his eyes, make some decisions about allocating of resources. At least he's the minister, so he may have to find a creative way of getting some of these roads done, because it's not good at all.
Bernard, I'm trying to recollect the number of comments we've had on good roads and when they were done.
Oh,
and
okay, I have some.
I think we've had so many stories on very, very bad ones that it's quite
Okay.
overwhelming.
Let me give you some of the good roads that came through. There are not that many, but give me 2 seconds. I'll pull this up for you.
But it's
I
really
got a
good.
couple of nominations.
Right.
Bright Peter Efum says, Bernard, the best road in Ghana is from Ho to Vane.
Okay.
The road was constructed in 2001. That's 23 years ago. The road is still in a pretty good shape.
Wow.
Good morning, team. One of the best roads in Ghana is the Kanda Highway,
Right.
done by construction pioneers.
Oh, okay.
I'm yet to see a pothole on that road.
Actually, that's true.
I'm yet to see a pothole on that road.
it's
It's
a
a really
good
good road. But at the road from Siame Runabout to Asante Mampong over decades, that road has stood the test of time.
Wow.
The contractor needs a national medal, and I wish the company would be given a medal as well. This is okay, and I wish the company would be given the Dodoa Adenta Road.
Oh,
Talking
okay.
about
that one has been awarded.
whatever. So that's Kojo from Oyibi Hills, talking about some of the good roads that have been done. Yeah, I'll find a few more for you this morning.
Good. Good.
So yes, we want to know
I
the
thought
roads that are
Gifford
good.
Road is
Pretty
sweet.
cool.
Gifford Road is getting a lot of love.
Isn't it?
Gifford Road is from 37 to Burma Camp
Yeah.
to La. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think the Gifford Road is pretty good. The road from we call it the Burma Camp bypass. That takes you to Mahama Runabout.
Yes.
It's also pretty good.
Yes.
That road is behind the airport through to.
Oh, that's what I'm actually referring to. Which
No,
that's not
Gifford Road is actually the road from 37
37
to Burma Camp.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
that's
Gifford
Gifford
Road. That's Gifford Road.
When
Okay,
you
so
get
the
to the-
Mahama bypass is
Yes,
different.
when you get to the overpass
Okay.
and you turn and take a left,
Left.
to Mahama bypass.
That's the new thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not that bad actually.
Okay, cool. That's,
All right.
that's what I was actually looking at. But I like the Pokwasi interchange, the fourth tier, when you're moving
one that
from
takes you-
Awoshi
Yeah.
straight to Kwabenya. But after that, and it terminates, and the potholes.
And you know the funny
begin,
thing, a lot of the good roads,
continues.
a lot of the good roads that we are hearing
Yeah.
were done by construction pioneers.
CP.
CP,
Yep.
construction pioneers.
Yes.
Wow,
But let's go back to troubles. Please
a
add
lot of them.
Oshimase
Oshimase,
to Achima
Mwambieja.
Boko
Okay.
of Fwasi Road in the Greater Kumasi Enclave. It was started in 2013, and none of the two contractors assigned to the road have been able to complete the road. The latest contractor, Asabia Construction, has been on the road on it since 2015. The dust is just terrible. Please send your Asante reporter to the stretch Oshimasi Achima Boko Fwasi.
Achimaboko Fuasi.
I went for a funeral at Fwasi many years ago. He's right. The road is very bad.
Achimaboko Fuasi.
Yes, Fwasi is the road is rough. The officer. Okay, no, this is a different comment. All right.
But someone was asking why we are still using bitumen for our roads when we should be using concrete, and it just brings me back to, that interaction the vice president had earlier in the first term of this government when he said he had consulted the Catholic bishops and that they had recommended the usage of concrete for road construction, and the government will be looking at that option. I don't think there's been any road constructed yet.
The concrete conversation is easier said than done.
Actually.
Because even to redo the motorway,
Hasn't
now
been
we
easy.
have given up and we are
using
using
bitumen on the
bitumen on the
concrete.
motorway. So concrete roads over a long term
works.
make more money sense. But Charlie, in a country that's going to an IMF program that has haircuts that have affected even already earmarked roads, I'm not sure. Let's read more comments. Better Ho Fume
Yes.
is one of the best roads.
Okay.
Completed in 2010. Meanwhile, this same person says, I went to Professor Hiawado's funeral at Joje. I am yet to recover from the waist pain I had.
Ow.
The whole Flower Road.
Lani.
My Lord and my God.
Well, you should pass by the reception for Boniki. We'll find a Boniki for you. Comment coming in. All CP roads in Ghana are the best. Yeah, this is a comment I get.
The Mahama bypass has no U-turns. So when there's a problem on your side, everyone is stuck. I think we need to comment about this. I feel, it's two things. Somehow, the lack of U-turns is a problem, but it's also an advantage because it prevents crashes.
Yeah.
So, Charles, we have to decide what we want.
I know.
Whether to just have the U-turns for convenience or to prevent the U-turns to prevent the accidents. More comments on roads that have done very well. A. Lang did the Atomic Road in the 1970s.
Atomic Road.
It has stood the test of time. Which is Atomic
Which
Road?
Atomic Road is this?
So is it talking about the road
The
from
Atomic Roundabout to Atomic Down? Is that what they
No,
are
I think
referring
it's talking about Atomic Junction to Atomic Energy Commission. So Atomic, like Atomic Hacho
Yes.
to Kwabena.
Roundabouts there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well,
No,
this is the
somewhere,
1970s.
Okay, well, we'll have to find out more.
No, because anyway,
Okay, a few more. Let's get back to the bad
Osei
roads.
Ahenkra Mensa
Osei
Sunyani.
Ahenkra Mensa Michael says the Sunyani to Achinsua Road
Yes.
is the most terrible road in the whole of West Africa. However, the best road in the country is the road from Kukum in the Ahafo region to Mim and Gambia in the Ahafo region.
Yeah, I know brothers from there.
Gambia there.
From now, Mohammed
Constructed by
from Kukum.
Kokuvi Rawlings.
It's funny, yeah. It's funny thing. These places, I had mates who lived in these areas, like Pole and then Mohammed and things. So he's saying the best road is Kukum to Mim and Gambia in Ahafo, constructed by Rawlings.
Okay.
I'm told that in those days, I'm going to say something that will be problematic, but I think I need to say it anyway. I think that when we didn't have elections to run, and you didn't need contractors, didn't need to sort
things.
the party out.
Yeah, okay.
The roads were better.
Oh, our party is being sorted out.
That's what we are told. Because the whole system of patronage has been worsened by party politics and money. Because these construction pioneers, Micheletti and all these people, and the military government,
professionals,
they're supposed to do a road. I'm not saying they were not paying. I don't know, but I'm just saying the impetus for. I mean, look at the sheer number of who claim to be contractors today.
They say it's, you have shovel cry, you can do.
And a lot of the roads people are talking about are good. Are CP roads. CP
Construction pioneers.
When you are driving to a place called Dimples, there was a place where they call CP Runabout.
Oh yes, they had a place there.
Yeah.
Factory or
so where are they? Are they in the system?
I think they left.
I don't know. I mean, look at the road from Identa through Aimensa to Eburi.
Yes.
It's a very good road.
Oh, CP did that too.
I'm told it was done by the Japanese under Kufo. It was a very good road.
That road is a very lovely one. Unfortunately, people are still really just building in the reserves and
okay. This one says Tepa to Kenyasi. Unbelievable. What makes this annoying is that the road is in a mining community, and this really upsets me.
One of the worst roads I've seen done when you drive from Kaswa. There was a construction. Charlie, like a road down, the Kaswa road that they did to Budumburam.
Yes.
My goodness. What? The road is so bad, and it's a new road. It's like the cars have been able to make an indent.
Yeah, I see that place.
Who supervised that road?
It's terrible.
That guy should be given 60 lashes.
It's so good.
The Kaswa road that goes overhead the Kaswa. The only good thing about that road is that you don't go through Kaswa traffic. But the road itself was poorly done, with some funny shaped traffic lights, which you don't even know. Like you're coming from Buduman to Kaswa and you see some traffic lights.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
But we should find the guy who did that road, the Kaswa road.
It should give us some of the money.
We want our change.
But Tepa Kenya say unbelievable. He says yes. Mining communities.
It says Basatu in Kwanta Road is a no-go. There are actually gullies and valleys. You must see to believe. Drivers with trucks carrying yams from there are messiahs.
Wow.
All right. Bernard, funny enough, the road from Abokobi to Platinum Bay and the district office has been done.
It's not
leaving the rest.
They've gone to poor, bro.
What are you saying?
That road.
Let's find out from Nana Inso. Nana Inso is at Platinum Bay. Let's find out from Nana.
Don't put Nana in trouble. I can say it for a fact. A road without gutters is not a road.
Thank you.
So if you come and pour something on a road, that road, there's a part that has the Abokobi. There's district assemblies in front of that road.
Yes.
And then there's this. It's not. They just poured something on the road, and they haven't even done the drains. That road will not last after June.
And also because there's a lot of water in the soil.
Charlie,
the water content in the soil.
That thing they've done.
If it rains small, everything will be just
gone.
That thing they've done there is not a proper road at all.
All right. Nimensa from Teshi says Sakumono Junction to Lashibi Road especially when approaching the traffic light and after. It says it's a death trap.
Wow.
Now, there's a road that needs attention. You see the Tuba road, yeah? When they were doing the Kaswa road, they did the Tuba bypass. It's now gone so bad, and nobody's doing anything about it. There was even a demonstration that was done.
That's a problem.
But the Tuba road is still in the same way. Then the Atomic road was resurfaced when they did the reactor core conversion in 2017-2018. Okay. Thanks for that update. West Road, Afienya Dodowa Road.
This is leaky from Dodowa. This was the road from Hohoi to Likpe, Kukrantumi in the Oti region. Is very bad. Likpe, Kukrantumi.
Some Kota as well as we mentioned.
Yeah.
The road in front of Adenta Fire Station is not for beginners.
Learners don't try.
This one is the newly constructed roundabout is so bad with potholes creating traffic all the way to Pram Junction, Yesuvi. This one says, please ask Mr. Ahmed, when will the Achimota New Station's back roads to Kiseman be awarded and constructed? Because in a bad state, the road was constructed less than 2 years ago and it's gone bad.
So this is Achimota New Station, back route to Kiseman.
Yes.
Pantayabokobi.
Pantabokobi is here. Says Charlie, it's terrible.
So Pantabokobi is the road from Pantan Junction to Bola Junction.
Yes.
And then you make a right to Abokobi.
And all.
Yeah, a lot of people live in those areas and the roads are really bad. More comments.
Yes,
Western region.
this one. Come to Sekendi Takrade. All our roads need fixing. Seko Junction to Nchaban, Kojo Chrome stretch is full of potholes.
Takrade, they suffer.
Charlie, Nana Nyampong.
Takrade, they suffer.
Please check.
Still.
Charlie, fulfill that song for me.
Still.
The
roads are not sweet.
This one says, please check the road from Reese Junction to Third Gate towards Ashali Butri. It's not good at all. It needs fixing.
I don't even know why.
I got a message that says Santor Road.
Oh. But Santor is not a road yet.
Santor is in the league.
Santor is in the league of his own.
I don't do.
The league of extraordinary roads. Santor is there. They've not even done the Santor road.
Nah, Santor is not a road at all.
All right, this one says, Winneba Swedru Road is in Shatters.
Yeah.
Dabala Junction to Anglonga is one road that has been there for so many years. I've traveled on that road since the 90s.
Dabala to Anglonga, yes, I can vouch for this. It's a very good road.
This one says, I have a problem.
Tell me.
May I know why always election years are used for road construction and patch?
Because you vote for the people.
Because you vote for them.
Yeah, so you have to do it.
All right, this one says, Bernard, Kaswa from Ofako to Bodrasi, from Millennium City to Nyanyano. On the more serious, why are we using asphalt for roads in the country? It's using concrete for roads that expensive.
Don't know, that's why.
If you think of it, using asphalt will mess up in a few years as compared to concrete.
You there?
All right. Please insist on transparency and accountability. We need to know the following: which roads are captured, how much was allocated, which contractor, and regular public briefing. All right. This one says classification of contractors has been there since Nkrumah's time. It's not Amwakwata's ingenuity as the guy.
More comments.
Akuse
to Asuchari, very bad. KJB to Mpoho, very bad roads as well.
Okay.
This is from Eugene.
Yes, this message says the Ayi Mensa Ebri Road were constructed by China Water and Railway Company.
China rather, not Japan.
China Water and Railway Company.
There are roads. Okay, he's right. It's a Chinese who did that road. All right. So we still want some of the good roads. We want to know contractors who have done good jobs.
It appears the bad ones have overtaken the good ones. It says, please hammer on the Winneba to Swedro road for me. Mention my name. That road has given up on life. This is coming from Samuel.
The best.
The road has given up on life.
Which road is this?
So Winneba to Swedro, the road has given up on life.
You know what's sad, eh? Think about the year of the return and the Cape Coast is probably, so let me put it this way. I was telling you that I was listening to something where people said Ghana is a country that they would most like to visit as diaspora Americans.
Yes.
Cape Coast is the place they would most likely like to go.
Exactly.
Probably
so
apart from Kumasi.
And all that.
It's amazing that Accra Cape Coast Road has not been dualized. Winneba can become like the major hub. You know?
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's not. The road has not been done. Swedro used to be the main place for trade.
Yeah.
It's abandoned now. So somebody should revitalize the Winneba Road.
Yeah.
Basically, the Kaswa to Budumburam, Budumburam to Winneba, Winneba to Apam, Apam to Infantiman to Cape Coast. All of that needs to be dualized. And then whilst they're at it,
it shouldn't just be the Kaswa Winneba as they are dualized. They should
dualize the
finish
whole
everything.
Now there's I think the text of the day from Engineer Kwekutio says, now it says the West Road in Africa is the road from Soham to Kota. The town is called Kota.
But there's no Kota.
It has never seen Kota since I was born, according to this guy. He says the Kota road has not seen Kota.
This is Sawam, so it must be going to Suhum. If there is Kota, there's Suhum, Krabwa, Kota.
Now let's read this one from the New Legon. And Ahmed from Ministry of Roads, I really hope you are taking note of these names because important. People are interested in roads. And I always say the Ministry of Roads can make a good name for itself just by listening a bit more closely. Some of these roads have been on this program for years. New Legon roads, so bad.
So many.
New Legon road,
Ekomog Road,
and this from Solis.
Paul Street, I'm told.
Solis Boame. I gave somebody a lift to New Legon.
No.
I said I won't go there again.
No, please don't do it. We used to pick up one of our colleagues at New Legon.
When you go to Shield, you get to Shield, and then you turn right into New Legon.
My God.
Beyond, it's just a terrible road. Very bad road.
It's one of the new communities in the last couple of years.
There's a long message from Fred Agbenyo. I'm going to read it fully. There's a dangerous phenomenon that's creeping in on Volta regional roads that needs to be addressed immediately. Some communities on the Kwebe Have, Hohwe Road, and Havek Pando roads are destroying the roads by cutting it and constructing speed ramps on their own. I think the chiefs and assemblymen in those communities must be brought to book. This is Fred Agbenyo. He also says we need to look at the Peki Have stretch. Several accidents and deaths have occurred on that road. The contractor created different layers without slopes. That's true. So when you're driving on the road, and we went on this road last 2 weeks, the one part is high up and the other part is much lower. So you can fall off the road to the lower part. You can cut your tire. You can have a best tire if you don't know the road. And he has no reflectors, no nothing.
That's bad.
Right? Then he says the Hohwe Zongo Santo Kofi Benoit stretch needs urgent attention. Then he lists about 6 roads in that area. Hohwe Likpe Bakwa Road. Likpe Mate Agbozume. Lolobi Kumasi Road. Agbozume Koforedia Abrani Kukrentumi Road. And these are all in Volta region, not in other places.
And they have names.
Hohwe Lolobi Akpafu Adoko Road. Fred, maybe we should bring you on air one day to talk about all these roads. So he speaks about the Peki Have stretch and the 2 layers of roads the contractor has put up, which he has left.
How is that even possible?
Oh, yeah, we were on it last week or last 2 weeks.
One road and it was in different levels?
Yeah, I think he's trying to finish one level and do the other level. But he hasn't shown any sign, so you can...
So, well, we'll be having conversation on our roads. 150 million Ghana cedis has been allocated for fixing potholes.
Last one.
Bernard. Yes.
I think whichever contractor did the Nungwa to Klagon Dual Road must be summoned and set charge to refund our money. It's one of the worst roads ever constructed in Tema. It was completed in January 2016, haphazardly, after almost 6 years. And it started deteriorating from 2016 to date. It's not even completed. All the big bridges at Klagon into Sakumono, Lagoon, Mashi area was left uncompleted to date.
Now, joining us in the studio is one of our colleagues. Anytime he arrives, you can tell. When you look at the car park, you can tell his car has been...
No, but now his road is good. Don't mind him. Now, Sanda now has less than 200 meters of dirt from his road all the way to East Legon. Run down there, Sanda is finished.
No, if your car could go on demonstration, it would demonstrate.
Caleb, the day I used the Damfa road, the road that arrested... What's the name? Francis Xavier. When I go home, I actually knelt down in front of my car and apologize. Like that road is not a road.
I promise.
And then I'm from Astrari Junction.
Yes.
And Astrari Junction is a junction to Asuchari. There's a main town called Asuchari. But
no, I'm told you deceived the team.
When we started the voter relief, someone said, Samuel, let's go to Asuchari. So we got to Astrari Junction. So what's it? He said, let's just turn right and drive small.
Valley of the Shadow of Back Roads.
We drove for almost 1 hour.
My goodness.
And sometimes they're rough, you don't know where to pass. You don't know where.
and there are big trailers and all these trucks using the road.
Meanwhile, Asuchari is a very important town. Rice farming,
sugar,
sugar.
And banana plantation, holding exotics.
Banana
so I don't know how the people send their workers from wherever they live to
their farms.
Because Sandra, it got to a place you don't know whether to turn right or turn left or just go straight.
Yeah. So you see, it's a problem of the Shai Osudoku district. So the district is called Shai Osudoku, which connects to traditional areas. The Osudoku side has been left unattended to. Nothing happens there.
But
So that's
the Shai part of the road is not that good.
Shai is relatively better.
Okay.
So where is the Shai part?
Shai is Dodowa, Agomeda. Are you cool?
That one
It is good. No, but relatively.
No. Sandra, first,
Yes.
the Shai part had roads that have gone bad.
That's true.
The Osudoku part didn't have roads.
At all. So this is the thing. So look, if you want to connect from Afienya to Dodowa, trouble. If you want to connect from Doimu Junction or Shai Hills, trouble. If you want to use, there's a place they call Asikuma Junction. It's not a road. Even if you want to use the Somanya main road, you go through there's no road there
That's
at all.
another one.
If you want to connect from Agomeda to Gige Dokum to Astra Junction, no road at all.
Oh, Lord.
Now, the only good road is the one that stretches from Tema to Akosombo, the main road.
Yes.
That asphalt road, that was on 97, which has started deteriorating.
Yes, very badly.
But then if you branch off there, you are dead.
You are dead.
And the Osudoku traditional area side, Osuwim,
Net-
Dofo,
Net-
all those places, like they actually drive through tracks. When they say track, it's like what the cattle
Yes,
walk
yes,
on. So it's a path.
Wow.
And we have rice farms and rice plantations where we have workers coming from Bato.
You know,
and all those
we need a
places.
new idea for roads in Ghana, not just money and this contractor thing. We need a new thinking around how do you do it?
Financing.
How do we finance it? We need to
But
we need to
Dr.
probably
Barrios-
tell ourselves that we need to look for some money somewhere.
You want to mention the
Yeah,
concrete?
Dr.
matter?
Manuel- yeah, no, not a concrete road. He
What?
said something about road sector now going to be handled by private sector. He said that private people will build the roads and toll them. I don't know, would that be the...
There are some roads that
solution?
can be done. You know, some roads are tolerable because of the way they are and the frequency of use. But sometimes you have to do the calculation of the payback period, and it doesn't make sense for some roads.
But good news though, the Adenta towards Somanya Road that they say they are going to dualize, they have started the initial Gragra, IGG.
Okay.
They have come to clear all the shoulders,
Okay.
both shoulders of the road.
This is Adenta Dodo.
Yes, so Ashiye, Oyibi, Amrahian, all the way. They've cleared the sides. I've seen bulldozers removing kiosks.
So they are going to
Working
just
for
Dodowa to, is it where?
Adenta to Dodowa.
So Dodowa all the way to Adenta
In
police
fact,
station.
and continue to Somanya, actually. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. In fact, they'll get to Asikuma Junction and continue to Somanya. That's what I've heard.
What is the timeline? Do we know?
We don't know, but it's the road that is going to be funded by the Chinese thing. The
Sino Hydro.
The Sino Hydro.
This one is
No, this is not
This one
Sino.
is
Sino.
pre-finance.
So this road was listed under Sino Hydro,
Yeah.
but it was just listed.
So it's been
Nothing.
withdrawn.
So now it's Oswald.
So I've seen Oswald on the
It's
on the
pre-finance.
I don't
You
think
trust Oswald because-
I don't think it's Sino Hydro.
then maybe they've now withdrawn the funding plan.
Yeah, if
But
it's
it used to be
Oswald, usually all you know is that he would do the good. He do a good road. He does a good road.
He has done the school junction road. It's beautiful. But like I always say, please, you should come and do more bus stops for us because the Toronto people have taken half of the road.
Which of the roads?
The school junction to
That one
Otano.
is a design
Otano
issue. It's
Okay.
a design issue. So
Yes, a design
urban
issue.
roads ministry, they would approve. In fact, sometimes they do the design, supervise
say execute
design,
it this
and
way.
approve.
You know
So
the
contractor
issue with
goes to
Ghana?
design.
You see, this is the thing.
implement.
There's no coordination between roads and like spatial planning.
Yeah.
Every Tom, Dick, and Harry has a kiosk,
Yep.
right? So you don't even know. And these kiosks, some of them are selling pure water, cement, and things. Now, if you are selling those kinds of things, you need heavy trucks to come on the road to come and collect those things. You know, so and the heavier the truck, the more the weight on the road.
Yeah.
So we have to have a sense of what is allowed where. That's the problem in Ghana. Everybody
What
wants
do
to
we
open
do,
store,
yeah.
and we don't have a way of saying, okay, this type of heavy duty store.
Yeah.
Because if you're a cement factory,
Yeah. Iron roads and
you
things.
shouldn't be doing iron rods next to a main road. But we do all that.
But we don't plan anything. So everybody just puts up anything anywhere. And the places that start developing this is...
But let me ask you a question. What's the best road you've used on the road?
No,
that
let me
you
give you
know?
the West Road first. Then I'll give you the best road. The West Road is the Ashaiman to Katamansu Road. What? Now, that road has been in fact, Ashaiman...
To Katamansu.
Ashaiman is a big... Ashaiman is not even a city. Ashaiman, I don't even know what to
It's a
call
mega
it.
city, yeah?
Ashaiman should be a metropolis very soon.
Yeah.
But that single road that gets out of
Only
Ashaiman
road.
from Tema, you fly over, enter Ashaiman, and then hell breaks loose. And then it's really, and that road,
everyone for himself.
And that road goes through the Ashaiman market.
Yes.
And a few years ago, a trailer went mad and drove and killed about six tomato sellers who were doing business on. And that road goes through Lebanon, Zenu, Atadeka,
One day you need to give me the geography of Ashaiman well, so we understand. Because for me, all I know is that when I get to the Tema overpass into Ashaiman, I enter Ashaiman. I know that when I get to that road and I turn right, I'll go and hit another roundabout. That takes me to the Akosombo Road. Yeah. I know there's a left turn. I don't know where that takes you.
So that left turn goes through the Ashaiman main station and goes under the motorway to Nungwa. So that's Klagon. It goes through Lashibi, Nungwa.
But there's also one road I used one day. I was going to Andra Wintia's church at Community 22.
Community 22 is Afariwa Farms.
Yes, so I went to Ashaiman, went through Sonlungu and appeared there.
And you saw the road that you drove on.
What's the name of that area?
That's Afariwa Farms, Michelle Camp, that's Hood. They call it 22 and 23.
It's also Ashaiman.
It's also Ashaiman. But even though it's...
Then there was also a day I drove from Ashaiman and ended up at Santor.
So Santor is closer to School Junction. Yeah. So if you look at the road they are doing for the All Africa Games, Botema Road. If you take the next turn, it will take you to Santor. Santor is like an outskirt of Ashaiman, but it's also under Ashaiman. Now, the place you mentioned that goes left, which goes under the motorway, that used to be, so the tunnel under the motorway is a cattle track. When they contacted...
and that's where cars are using now.
In fact, my dad was doing cattle business at Santor. At the time, it was a bush, he said to me, when the motorway was in done. And he said that because Nkrumah didn't want them to cross their cows with the... So under the hole, under the motorway.
So it's for cows, not for cars.
Not for cars. Now that's track, so that's why it's a single lane. Now we have a dual carriageway from Accra through La, Teshi, Nungwa. It terminates in front of that single hole. So two vehicles will stop.
So they have to expand that.
From Ashaiman to two cars are coming. They also come and stop.
That's what causes that traffic.
And then junkies will stand there with neem tree branches and they will direct which car goes in at what time. But if they have decided to go and be high somewhere and they can just do, then the cars now.
You are saying that the motorway connection to Ashaiman must be properly done.
It must be done.
So that the linkage between Ashaiman and then Klagon is properly done.
Because it's the same now. Today,
what about, there's a last one I wanted to ask you. The one you mentioned first, the Ashaiman to Katamanso.
Yes.
How is that road?
It's not a road at all because, I mean, my sister used to live in Apollonia when I was way younger. And we used to come take a taxi from Ashaiman and go to Apollonia. The road, the way it has been, gravel, dusty road. And I was speaking to the member of parliament for Ashaiman. And he said to me that, the funny thing with Ashaiman is that Ashaiman itself is in the middle of a number of places. So there's Katamanso district that has a part of that road. Then there's Ashaiman having a small part. And we even have Tema. And so...
Tema West.
So Ashaiman cannot claim that road. And again, I think it should be urban road. I don't know that it should be urban or
urban road.
It should be urban roads. And I think there's not been any plan for that road at all.
No
plan.
Because for you, if you are going to Volta region through the south, that road would have been where you use.
It's easy.
So it's a good connection. So Ashaiman actually can become a connection town.
Yeah. It is a big
There's another road I need to comment on. When you are getting to Afienya and you turn left, there's a road that takes you to Dodowa.
Yes.
I think you go through Christian High.
You go through Asebi.
That road, I used it once. It was a shortcut. But at the time, it was not good. I don't know about it now.
It's still not good. So that's a road that conveys... So vehicles that are moving passengers from Ashaiman to Dodowa. I mean, Ashaiman is a big area, Tema to Dodowa. They all use that road. When you get to Afienya, you turn left and go through Asebi to Dodowa. That road is not good. There's a second one that is relatively better. That's Asikuma Junction. They've been working on it towards Doyumu. I don't know when they'll finish, but they keep doing it.
So that could be the key to opening that place up.
And my best road, you asked me what my
best road you've used
is the Pokwasi Road.
Which of the directions?
No, from
Kwabenya to Awoshi.
Fantastic. That road is so sweet. That road is so sweet.
The high one.
Yes.
That road is so sweet. They call it a Tamils Road or something. From is it Banyard? What's the name of the junction?
Banyard, yes. Awoshi.
That's Nathan's former area.
No, that's your road.
Drive all the way down.
And the way it snakes through the place is so beautiful.
Me, when I'm on the Pokwasi side, I'm afraid it's too high.
No, the top.
Oh no, not the overhead. I'm not talking about the overhead.
You're not talking about the fourth.
No. So he's driving. So he's talking about when you go through Awoshi. Go through Awoshi all the way down. When you get to the end, the right right sends
to
you
Pokwasi.
Yes, so right takes you to Pokwasi. That's when you start to
That's what
get
they call
onto the
Banyan.
interchange. Banyan, that's the Awoshi, that's the
The
intersection.
N1. So Bernard, this road is from the if you are from Odoko and you hit the and you cross the N1, you don't take right or left to La Paz or Malam Junction.
Just go straight.
You
The
go
Terrazzo
straight.
Road, you go straight.
It's a 4-lane. It's like the Ofanko Highway.
Oh,
But that road is beginning to get deteriorated. The first, I can say the first 800 meters.
oh.
It's beginning to
because
to go
you see
back.
the median is also pretty wide.
It's nice.
The view is
So I
lovely.
have a friend, Maxwell. He lives. So he's around. They call it Ablekuma Fan Milk.
Yeah.
And then Ablekuma Olebu.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to areas like, and
You
then they
know
also
that-
have
So
Maira.
Ablekuma is when you get to the very end and
Another
you take
one
a
too
right.
called,
Maira.
something Oduman or something.
Yes.
Something.
Yeah,
Tema
Oduman.
Oduman.
Those places there.
When I'm
wahala
going
for
there,
your car.
that road is really, and I think a lot of our roads should have that kind of standard. It looks, it's smooth, it's beautiful, it's nicely done,
Right.
and they have
Right.
footbridges. They have proper crossing points for people, and they have nice overheads that they have done on top of it. If you want to do a U-turn, they've done beautiful zebra crossing and a lot of traffic lights for.
So are you saying the road
to
is
cross.
good because the question we asked was the best road in terms of quality resilience, not like convenience.
No, so if you talk about quality,
As in the road has lasted and is jet.
no, that would be motorway, but that's 100 years.
Motorway is not quality anymore.
No, but I'm saying look at the duration. How long has it lasted?
So which
I'm talking
road-
about currently the road that I'm looking at. So I've given
A
you
road
the,
that works for you.
yes, and I've given you the features that surround the road.
I
For which,
failed my exam.
oh, Bernard, you
The
didn't-
question we asked was the road that has lasted was done well.
yes, but I've said
Quality.
to you that and Nathan is saying it has issues, but I haven't seen those.
You haven't-
issues.
so you still think this road is also
So
that
I
quality?
think it's very good and it connects seamlessly to the Pukwas
But-
interchange,
but,
and
we
it has
have-
all the necessary.
We have a few minutes to go, and I just wanted to remind listeners of Richard Sky's report. I just love
Why are
it.
you
You know,
worrying?
we're just going to. You know,
He has done a report. He has done a report on a road. Listen the report.
anyway, we'll not do that any longer. I've had an interlocutory injunction coming in.